online world. All right, let's get started. Hey, everybody. Andrew McCauley here from Autopilot Your Business. I'm joined by Will Hankey. G'day, Will.
Hey, Andrew. How you doing today?
I am good. Good. Looking forward to having a chat about what the hell happened in the last few days. This is our show, as I said, that we do every Tuesday, every Tuesday, every Friday. And if you want to jump in with us, we would love to have you on the show. Will, kick us off. What has been going on in your world that we can talk about and let the peeps know?
Well, late last week, earlier this week, there was a change in the Twitter heart. I'm hearing echo.
You're hearing an echo? Let me see if I can get some headphones in there for you. You keep chatting, and I'll mute myself.
Yeah. So the Twitter hearts came out late last week, and everybody was talking about how they changed it from favorite to like. And there are people now posting that they hate the hearts, and they're just not excited about the new heart thing. And I'll post a little link in the chat here that I saw on Mashable about how much people hate them. And there is a difference between liking something and favoriting something, and I think that's what people are fussing about. Just because I like something doesn't necessarily mean it's my favorite, and the other way around as well. So people are upset about that. And also there's just in the last day or so, a new Chrome extension has come out where you can actually replace the hearts back with stars if you feel so inclined.
Really? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Check. Is that echo gone now?
It is.
Beautiful. Wow. So, I saw I saw a trending on Twitter about the hearts and all that sort of stuff, and I'm thinking, wow, that's really not a big deal, but obviously people making it a big deal.
Yeah, they are. Now, of course, the Hartz Match across Instagram and Periscope, and I'm sure that was part of the reason why they did it. But I've also heard some talk about the fact that now, they're tracking these different hearts and things like that. And at some point there might be some sort of advertising possibility around that too, where you can advertise specifically to people that have hearted certain tweets or something like that. So that's kind of an interesting spin on things as well.
Interesting. So if there's like a theme, if you've continually hearted a topic around, war and peace, for instance, then you could get people marketing to those people that have actually hearted those sort of things.
Yep. And you can do it across a couple different properties as well now.
Interesting. Yep. Never ends, does it? Never ends.
Never ends.
You'll be a target market because of the hearts that you have.
Yeah. And I think Twitter had announced their corporate earnings for the last quarter, and it was down. So, in the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing a lot of changes around Twitter. So it'll be interesting to see if all that kind of turns around for them, or if people are just tired of Twitter and they're moving on to something new.
Do you think there's too many changes going on at Twitter too quickly?
I don't think so. No, I think at least they're in the news. They're getting some PR, and maybe it'll get some people back, and maybe they'll like what they see and stick around this time.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so, because I still use Twitter a fair bit. So let's hope so.
Yeah, I don't use it as often as I used to. In fact, I just installed the Twitter app on my phone about 2 weeks ago again, when they came out with the mentions.
Mm-hmm.
And is that what it's called on Twitter?
Yeah. Moments.
That's it. So kind of wanted to check that out. So I'm back on the Twitter.
I'm back on the Twitter. Yes. Well, I'm actually managing a couple of accounts for some clients right now, and it's been pretty good because they're in a bit of a space that I have not been in before, and it's been quite easy. They're not in the marketing space at all, and it's been quite easy to connect with some people and really get some dialogue going with people that aren't in marketing space, because
Nice.
These people that we're connecting with, they don't have a lot of followers, but they're excited because people are connecting with them. So, it's been good that way. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I told you about the story about my wife. She tweeted one time to some author, and he replied to her, and that was kind of her. I mean, she was hooked on Twitter after that, just because this guy replied to something she said. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a great way to reach people, especially people you ordinarily wouldn't be able to reach, whether on a TV show or, even on social media. It's like sometimes you hear people, and I'll hear people in an interview now, and I'll go reach out to them straight away. And ordinarily you wouldn't be able to do that. But,
right.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of changed things around. So, I hope Twitter sticks around and sees some good benefits from all these changes.
So do I. Speaking of that, is there any other changes we need to talk about on Twitter this week?
I don't think so. That was it was a fairly quiet 3 days.
Oh, watch out. It's the calm before the crazy Twitter storm.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, what else we got on there?
Well, let's get Amber in here. She's going to tell us about some changes on Snapchat. Amber, if you want to click the thing there, you can join the seat there, and
there we go.
About what's going on with.
We do have a spare seat too if anyone else wants to join us. So if you want to jump on, have a chat, then we'd love to have you on. Hey, Amber.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay.
So what's happening with Snapchat? Has had a few changes. What's been going on with Snapchat this week?
They have this I think it's hilarious new feature where you can take videos and you can slow them down or speed them way up. And so I've been messing around with that, and I think a lot of people I've been seeing are doing videos really where it's like if you speed it up, it's really high pitch, and the video instead of 10 seconds, it's like 7 now. And then if you slow it down, instead of 10 seconds, it's 18 now. So that's pretty cool.
Does it sound like it's really slow when you're talking?
Yes, exactly. I did one of my friend laughing, and it was hilarious.
Chipmunk?
Yep, chipmunk effect.
So what do you think it's a good feature or just a gimmick for a short while, and after a while we'll all get sick of it?
I don't know. I don't think I'll get sick of it, but I think other people probably will, seeing everyone always speed up their story or slow it way down.
Yeah.
Are you able to save those videos, or is it just a one-time send and it's done?
You can save them on your phone, but other people can't save them. Okay. Just like regular Snapchat, can't save pictures unless you screenshot them.
Unless you sign the new terms and conditions that say they store information, but that's another story. There's an app that I use to watch videos because I watch a lot of videos. I'd rather learn stuff through videos. There's an app that I use called eNounce, MySpeed it's called. So it speeds everything up. You can speed up to 3 times faster. You can slow it right down. But the cool thing about it is that it doesn't give you that chipmunk voice. It actually it brings their high pitchedness down, so you can actually still understand people as you're speaking. And otherwise, I couldn't handle listening to chipmunks for 24 hours a day, So I wonder how long it's going to be before people go, oh yeah, that was funny when it first started, but now it's whatever. But you know what, Emma, what if I listened to you? Let's say you send me a Snapchat and I listen to you, and then I didn't understand what you said. It was too fast. Can I go back and play it again at that point?
You can replay, but you only get 1 replay a day.
And can I replay it in a different speed, or do I have to replay at the same speed?
Yeah, it will be the fast speed again. So once you put the filter on for the speed it up or slow it down, then that's all that people can look at.
So I wonder if any brands are going to start using this. We talked about the Instagram 1-second clip where they, like Purina had the dog jumping at the biscuit. I wonder if there's any brands that'll start to use this. Have you seen any, Amber?
No, not yet.
It's only been out a couple of days. Give the brands at least a day or so.
Well, they jumped on the Instagram 1 second thing pretty quickly. So yeah, I can see Purina doing the same thing, having a dog jumping in slow motion or something. Kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody else has used the Snapchat feature, the new Snapchat feature, or even new Snapchat in general, and you want to jump on, we've got a spare seat too. So come on and jump in. Welcome to those people that have just joined us. We're talking about all the changes that are going on across online marketing and social media. And if you've heard of a change that's happened in the last few days, last 7 days or so, we'd love to hear about it as well. So invite yourself in. We'll add you to the blab. Amber, anything else happening with Snapchat that we need to talk about?
No, but that app that you were talking about with the videos where you can slow them down,
Yep.
I actually heard about that on the radio, and the people on the radio were doing it and slowing it down for music to hear like the lyrics more better and to hear the instruments. And they like played a 10-second clip or something. It was really interesting.
Wait till they start playing it backwards. It'll be like Satan and
Yeah.
devil and all that kind of stuff, right?
That'll happen. Somebody will come out with that.
It'll happen. Awesome. Well, Amber, if you want to stick around, you can stick around while we have a chat about a few other things too. Will, do you want to come up with our next item? What we got there?
Let's talk about Facebook. How's that sound?
Facebook. You mean
Facebook's
Facebook's changed? There's been changes in Facebook?
Maybe a little bit. So I think late last week they announced that they were going to be doing a lot more local ad type stuff. And they just came out and said that they're actually expanding that already for businesses that have multiple locations, which is great.
So what does that mean for businesses with more local locations? What is that going to do?
Well, so I've got a client who has several locations, storefront locations, and he might want to draw in more foot traffic to those specific areas. So he could do ads within a certain mile range of his store, maybe with some specials or a coupon or, a 1-day event, all those kind of things. So really cool, specifically for foot traffic, I think, which is what a lot of retail type places really want.
So is it an ad? So let me get this right. I don't know if you've dug into it a lot, but are you connecting a page? Like if you've got a store that's got a business that's got a couple of stores, let's say you've got 3 or 4 stores, but you only have one Facebook page for those 3 or 4 stores. Do you have to, how do you split that up to indicate that you've got different ads? Is it based on a physical address rather than a Facebook page?
Correct. I think it's still tied to that Facebook page, but you can actually do specific ads within a geographic area, by each store, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
that is cool. I noticed that this morning when I was on my Facebook ads. There was a couple of new features there, and I think one of them was one that we spoke about just recently. I'm trying to think of what that was off the top of my head. I saw a big new sign across the top of it, and then that local one, which has just come out. So yeah, be interesting to see how that goes for a lot of those businesses as well.
Yeah, I can definitely see some advantages for, like I said, for retail type places.
Yeah, good. Awesome. All right, let's Facebook ads. Anything else on Facebook today?
Facebook is also working to translate images using artificial intelligence.
Whoa, what are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, so that sounds pretty cool. One of the things from an SEO standpoint, we know that for the longest time, Google couldn't, they could tell there was an image there, but they couldn't tell what that image was. So they came out with the alt tag, which was their way of solving that problem. You're supposed to tell Google what that image is. However, it was also a place for you to stick some keywords and things in there that maybe had nothing to do with the image. So it's kind of, this is brand new that Facebook says they're starting to actually translate images by looking at the image and deciding what that image is. So, I don't know how in-depth can it get. I know that they have some good facial recognition. If I upload a picture of me and a couple of friends, there's times when it tags those people automatically just by the facial part, of the picture. So I can see where they can definitely pick out some other things, like a mountain or something like that, and know exactly what it is.
It won't be long before there'll be a meme where you try and trick out Facebook to say, try and guess what this is.
Yeah.
That'll be some ridiculous thing that we won't talk about. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so I have an Android phone and I have something called Google Goggles. I don't know if it's available on the iPhone or not, but if I take a picture of something, a lot of times Google Goggles will pop up and say, "Oh, did you take a picture of this?" Or here's other pictures related to that. So there's already some of that image recognition going on in the past.
I think there was an ad. I'm sure there was an ad on TV for it about a year ago, and I think it might just be an app. I'm not sure if it's on the iOS, but the ad was something like this. This young college kid goes into an interview with this guy this guy's got this massive desk, and behind him is a picture of some thing that this guy snapped, I think, or anyway, it's some sort of photo. And the interviewer guy walks out the door, and the kid pulls out his phone. He takes a photo of the image behind the desk, and Google Goggles or whatever it is comes back and says, "Oh, this is a picture of da da da," and gives a quick history and a quick lesson. So he quickly read it, puts his phone away. The guy comes back and the kid goes, "Oh, so this is a photo of da da da," and reeled off all this information. And the guy was so impressed he got the job.
Right.
But that's pretty clever. Pretty clever.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the Google Goggles app. That you don't even have to ask it to do anything. You just take a picture, and because Android is used already on your system, it just automatically pops up from time to time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's watch this space for AI. Now, is this image recognition? Is it going to be site wide across Facebook, or is it mainly for ads? Do you think?
I haven't seen any reason why they're even doing it if it's related to ads. I'm sure it is, so that they can start tagging different ads and seeing how they're working, and maybe it'll help them show better pictures that are potential for ads that you're doing.
Yeah.
Here's some pictures that we think are related to the ad you're writing. So that'll be really cool.
Yeah, I think so. That could be good because they're already telling you who they think should be in front of your ad and all that sort of stuff. And I guess the idea is that they want to make it as easy as possible for anybody to run an effective ad, right? And because it doesn't do them any good if they're not making it easy for people like average Joe to come and run an ad. They don't want to be scaring people off. So if they're going to probably say, well, if we can get average Joe to come along and easily put an ad together, and then, wow, he's got to think about an image. Well, here's some images that are working exactly like you are for the topics and the titles that you're talking about, and marry that together for them. It's almost going to be a done-for-you automated service to run ads.
Yeah.
It's going to make them easy, make them more money. So I think that's the name of the game because, I was looking at going through ads again this morning and looking at it thinking, wow, I know what I'm doing and I'm still getting stuck in some places. It's going to be a challenge, and that's going to be the biggest challenge is to keep it simple.
I agree. I think for the average business owner that wants to jump in there and try it themselves, the idea of it recommending images instead of them having to come up with their own, is superb.
Yep. Yep. And we also discovered too, you discovered actually a couple of weeks ago about their ads that they're running. Sorry, not their ads, their images that you can use from where was it from? They have some stock photo images with words on them, which obviously are more than 20%. I don't know if you're trying to keep this one a secret, Will, but more than 20% on the image that you can actually use as an ad. And there's some great images in there. I used a bunch this morning. So
yeah, there's a whole lot of images that I think they said 30,000 images that you can use, but there are some, for instance, if you're running a webinar or something, there are some images that are definitely over the 20% text mark that say webinar really big or something like that. And so far they haven't turned them down. So.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, interesting. Watch this space.
Yep.
All right. What else? Anything else on Facebook there, or are we going to move on to something else?
I think that's it for Facebook. I also found something maybe not related to social media directly, but I found an article from Forbes that says average teenager spends around 9 hours a day in front of a screen.
9 hours.
Once again, from a specific advertising standpoint, if that's your demographic, pretty darn easy to get in front of those kids now.
Well, yeah, it isn't and it isn't, because, when I was growing up, and I guess I'm sure you're the same, when we were growing up, we only had one screen that you could be in front of, and that was a TV, and you were getting fed what you could watch. There wasn't a lot of choice. Okay, you might have had a selection of channels, but ultimately it was the same format. Now kids are using, when we say screen, it's a screen obviously connected to the internet, which is so many different possibilities. Okay, they're in front of the screen 9 hours a day, but whereabouts on that screen is a big challenge to find. Of course, they're in front of some of those the usual suspects, but there's other places that you're not going to think that they're in front of. So, it's 9 hours. That's almost their entire waking life. Some of them, some of those teenagers.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they're checking it every couple of minutes, then it's pretty easy to get in front of them. But you're right. You have to figure out which channel are they on.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's probably only going to grow too as they get watches and all this other stuff, and then online learning and that sort of thing too. They'll be getting education via a screen, and it'll be 24/7.
Yeah.
Windows will have little boxes in front of our eyes walking around the world.
Right. Have you seen the guy that he took some pictures of random people walking around looking at their phones, and then he photoshopped out the phone? So there's just all these people walking around looking at their hands. It's kind of cool to see.
That's funny.
But it was interesting to see how many people, just on an average street corner are doing something like this,
Or a train or a concert, anything like that. Or even at a restaurant. You look at, 4 people sit down there, no one's speaking. They're all just looking at their phone. And I'm like, you guys texting each other?
Right.
Probably easier just to say it.
Yeah, I saw a thing one time that said if you go to dinner, let's say with a couple, and all 4 of you put your phone down, and the first one to pick up their phone buys a round of drinks.
I love that. It's great.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Unless you're the one that always has to check your phone.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Which is usually my wife, because she's worried about the kids, or anytime the phone makes a noise, a kid was in a crash or something. That's just how she is.
All right, I've got two other items left, I think. One is finally, Firefox or Mozilla have finally released an iOS app. Well, actually, not yet. It's coming soon. They're about to release an iOS app.
Yeah, you think it's a little too late?
I think we're up to iOS 9, and Mozilla are coming to the party. They might be there for the 10th birthday, iOS 10.
Right. Yeah. So do you think a lot of people will go back over to it? What do you use on your iPad? Do you use Safari or Chrome?
I use a mix between Google, Chrome and Safari. Safari's there, and I don't mind it on the iPad. But then sort of flick between Chrome. The reason I like Chrome is because I use Chrome on my laptop. I don't use Safari on my laptop. I use Chrome all the time. And if I need to go and look at something that I haven't been to before, or I want to just check to see if it's a Chrome issue, I go to Firefox and I'll open that up. But with my iPad, I can flick on and see my history of my Chrome from my Chrome app too, because it's all connected. So it feels like I'm still connected to my desktop even when I'm looking at my iPad. So I like Chrome for that reason, and just because I'm used to Chrome and all the little bits and pieces it has with it.
Yeah, I use Chrome too, and I like the idea of, if somebody's having trouble with a website or something, I can just pop it up on my iPad. It has the logins and everything there because I have them on my desktop already. Yeah,
I use one password, so that just sort of syncs across all my devices, which is pretty handy.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. So that's Firefox coming to the party soon.
Yep.
Soon, one day. Don't know how they're going to go trying to attract people back, but I guess they've got a fair user base now, so we'll see. We'll watch that space on that one.
Yeah, I remember when I went from Internet Explorer to Firefox, and then I became this huge advocate for everyone to move over to Firefox.
So do I.
And then I got Chrome, and now I'm like, why are you still using Firefox? So.
It's funny how it changes, right? It's funny how these things change, and we think that, some companies will has the best product and will have them forever. Look at Yahoo back in the day when Yahoo search was the king of the mountain and
Right.
95% share market for search, and then this thing called Google comes along and just creams it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, couldn't run away from Yahoo fast enough. Look at things like MySpace, where MySpace was king of the world, and everyone was just thinking life was going to be the best thing forever. And bang, overnight the wheels fell off. It's one of those things that these things don't take it for granted, because they won't hang around. Something else will come along, people just get sick of you, and bang.
Yep, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Before we wrap up, I think you've got one more piece, right?
Yeah, Apple's testing out a new indoor mapping or tracking location type app, which sounds kind of weird at first, but I think there are some really cool applications for this if it takes off.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was up that path thinking, why would they want to track indoor? And I'm thinking houses, I'm thinking small businesses. What's the deal about that? But then obviously you pointed out to me a little bit more of a reason why. You want to share that reason with us?
Yeah, the immediate one I thought of was a grocery store, and I've seen a couple apps attempt to do something like this where they map out all the different items at the grocery store so that you can upload your grocery list and it'll give you the fastest route to get all those items. But just the fact that you can map some indoor locations, I definitely think it would be really cool. We also talked about something like Six Flags, which is actually outdoor, but it's the same kind of a thing. Maybe a concert venue or something where there's multiple stages and you want to see what's going on. I think there's definitely some good applications for this, but they're relying on a lot of crowdsourcing to get it done. So it's up to us to actually give them the data so that they can sell it.
Yeah. Well, I think, as I said, so there's some apps out there already that are doing similar sort of stuff. But I think if Apple put their emotion or weight behind it, it could really kick off. But it's certainly a good idea if you're looking for things inside a venue, especially if it's a big venue, sports venues and that sort of stuff. If you're sitting there and thinking, where's the nearest bathroom or the nearest bar? Let's check my app. Yeah, interesting to see.
Yeah, what about conventions? They might want to list out where all their different vendors are so that you could kind of get yourself a map of who you want to go see quickly, if you've got a short amount of time.
That's an interesting one, conventions, because, at a convention center, obviously there's a convention rolls in and rolls out a couple of times a week. I wonder if they're going to make it easy to change that, because things change inside, and, shop fronts or inside supermarkets, they change their displays around too. So if they're going to be smart, they might make drag and drop sort of features so you can just drag things around and set it up so that it's easily changeable. But that's a great idea. Convention centers and that sort of thing too.
Yeah, and then you could hook up your entire event list to it. Here's who's going to be on the stage at this time and this time, and or here's where to find the Chevys and here's where to find the Fords. I can see a lot of different reasons for this to.
Which that'd be really weird if it was an internet marketing convention, but anyway. Yeah, definitely. A music festival, I think you said that, Lollapalooza and Coachella and that sort of stuff, both local events for both of us. Could be a great idea.
Yep, definitely. So we'll see. Well, like you say, keep an eye on that and see how it comes along, but I definitely see some good applications for it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll map out my house and I'll tell you where my fridge is. Right,
and your pool.
All right, well, I think that's a wrap for this week. I'm sure there'll be crazy things going on. In fact, I heard a radio show this morning and it said you have to call us and tell us why we need to call you back on Monday to check in with you.
Right.
Because the person that you have to ring up and say, well, this weekend I'm going to be doing this, or this weekend I've got to talk to my boyfriend or my girlfriend about this, or I'm doing this adventure and I'm going to go and it's going to be awesome. Check in with me next week. So I'm going to say that next Monday we'll check in because it's going to be a massive bunch of changes going on this weekend too.
Yeah. We'll be back on Tuesday, 12:30 Central.
Tuesday.
12:30 Central, 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern.
You got it. All right, everyone. Thanks, Will.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.